friends, welcome to the Plaid X2 channel. My name is John. On this channel we talk all things physical media, movies, music, and books. So if you're into that kind of thing, go ahead and subscribe down below for more of that kind of content. Friends, this is a pickups video, and typically the stuff on this channel is movies, but this channel is about movies, music, and books. But I thought for you movie fans, I would weed out the music, put it all into one haul video, so you don't have to go through music and just focus on the movie hauls. So anyway, friends, this is all music. So if you're here by mistake, you thought this would be movies, check out another one of the videos, probably the one before and after this will be about movies. But this one's about music, and I have some really cool music finds that I found recently and wanted to share those with you. You've got some vinyl and some CD and some amazing finds at a yard sale. So anyway, friends, this is what I found music-wise as of late. All right, so from Goodwill, I found only 2 albums as of late, but I'm glad to add into the collection. Both of these, one of these was $1, the other one was $2. So I was in the state of Delaware at a Goodwill, and I found this one for just $1. My Goodwills, everything is CDs are $2, but it's Paul McCartney, Off the Ground. Didn't have this one in the collection, and just always picking up anything Beatles or Beatles related, I've got to grab it. So I was excited to grab this one to add to my music collection. And the other one I found at my local Goodwill is a soundtrack, and it's a haunting soundtrack, but the film is deeply moving to me, and I snatched this up very quickly, and it is The Passion of the Christ, and it is just, the music in this is as heavy as the film is, and as you can imagine. So anyway, glad to add this one to the collection as well. I went to a place called the Dollar Book Shuffle. It's in the state of Delaware, and I've mentioned that place many times. All of the CDs are $1. Movies prices have gone up a bit because of shipping and everything with the last few years, COVID related, and shipping prices, everything's gone up. So everything went from $1 to $2, some of the things. So some of the books did, hardcover books, and movies did as well. So anyway, but CDs are still $1, and that's what I picked up here. So anyway, I found some amazing stuff. This is all pristine condition and all for $1 each. So I found this one. This one might be the one I'm most excited about, and it is Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. And I'm glad that I have a Dylan album, that's great. But Johnny Cash is on here, which is really cool. It's the very first track on the album, Girl from the North Country. So anyway, I was so excited to pick this one up, to find this one in great condition, and to have Johnny and Bob all on the same album is great. This next one I found, I didn't have this, but I've known this album forever and love it. And it's Ben Folds 5, Whatever and Ever, Amen. So excited to have this one in the collection. Brick is the big one off that record. And then I am trying to fill out my Dave Matthews discography. And I've got quite a bit of his stuff. I've got a bunch of live stuff, but there are a few holes in the collection. And so I filled 2 of those holes on my one trip. So this is Dave Matthews Band, Crash. Again, all of these songs I know, and I have about 4,000 times on live albums, but glad to have the studio albums. And then Dave Matthews, Come Tomorrow. So he just released a new album not long ago, and there are a few other albums I need to pick up, but other than that, I'm filling in his discography. I'm feeling good about that. It is yard sale season, friends, so I've got a few CDs to show you at yard sales, and then some vinyl that is a crazy story. So the first, I'll show you what I found at an estate sale. So I'd contacted them. I saw some pictures online and saw some movies and these pictures, but it was really kind of blurry. And so I contacted them if they have movies or music, and they said, yes, and we'll send you some pictures. They never did. So I went to the sale, and they had a few things, wasn't much. But I found 2 CDs. One of them I'm going to keep. The other one, after listening to it, probably won't keep. The one I'm going to keep is Imagine Dragons' Night Visions. I'd never actually listened through this album, and I have since picking this up, and I really do enjoy it, and fully plan on keeping this one in the collection. The other one I picked up because I knew 2 of the songs very well from quite a while back, but I didn't know any of the other stuff. And I've listened through this album 1.5 times, and I don't think I'm going to keep it. And it is this is an icon album, so it's kind of like a best of Fall Out Boy. And it's just not for me. The first 2 songs on here are the ones I knew, Sugar We're Going Down and Dance Dance. Everything else I didn't know, and I'm probably not going to keep this one. But it was a fun thing to find, and these were both $1 each at the estate sale. But yeah. Next, I'll show you one yard sale I found. This was, I think, a quarter, and it's Newsboys Step Up to the Microphone. This is a band from like way back when I was real young. I used to have a bunch of their early stuff. So there's 2 albums of theirs that I really do want to keep in the collection, and I have them both now. This one, and I have another one. And so anyway, glad to find that for 25 cents. And now this is a yard sale I hit that leads to a record store. So I went to this yard sale, and it was pouring rain out. It just kind of like happened all at once, the rain. And I saw this one place, they covered everything up with trash bags and then they all left. And so I didn't think they'd be continuing the sale. I went to an indoor yard sale, came back down the highway, and the rain had let up mostly and they were out again. And so I went and just to see if there was anything. And there wasn't, except for, he said, are you looking for anything specific? And I said, well, mostly looking for music and movies. And he said, well, come over here. And there was almost like a giant wheelbarrow or like a cart. And it was full of boxes, cardboard boxes. And he said, these are all records. Now, there was about this much water on the bottom of that wheelbarrow cart thing. And so all of this cardboard was just soaking it all up. And so I wasn't really hopeful I'd find anything, but the guy said, it was huge, this monster, there's probably 5 boxes of records. And he said, you can have them all for $25. And I didn't want them all, especially it was just waterlogged. And but I did look through them all the boxes, and he said there's Zeppelin in there and there's a bunch of other stuff. And so that piqued my interest. So I started going through it all. Again, a lot of it was nasty and it was waterlogged, but there was a handful of records in there that I pulled out that actually ended up being have some value to them. And he sold them all to me for $1. So, and this will lead to the record store in a moment. So anyway, I picked up 5 albums, and 3 of them I've kept now, and 2 of them I didn't keep, but that leads me to the record store. So this first one I am keeping for my collection is the Clovers 5 Cool Cats. So this is a really, really fun album. I was very excited to find this and add it to my collection. And yeah, so really excited for this one. I don't find a lot of great records in my area at yard sales, so this was really neat to find this. Then this next one I'm keeping in the collection, Otis Rush and Little Walter live at the Chicago Blues Festival. And this is a really, really fun record. Glad to have this one in the collection. This next one is one that has value that I'm pretty sure I'm keeping in the collection. The music is amazing, but I did take this to the record store and he says, if you ever want to get rid of this, let me know because I will take it from you because it does have some value. So it's possible I'll go trade it in maybe and maybe for store credit. But anyway, it is The Teenagers, which is such a great name for a group. The Teenagers featuring Frankie Lyman, I think his name is. So look at that album cover. So I have listened through this and it's really, really great. These were all in phenomenal condition. And so really thankful for that as well. So this has got a little bit of value to it and it is a lot of fun. And I have listened through that a couple of times. And then there were 2 more records. So I did grab that Zeppelin record. I think it was Zeppelin 4. I know this is blasphemous for some of you, but I'm not the biggest Zeppelin fan. I think they're amazing and they're a reason for so much music we have today. So I respect them, but I just don't listen to them a lot. And then the other one was a Best of B.B. King, was an older album. But both of those had a little bit of damage to the vinyl. And so I wasn't planning on keeping them. I took them in to see if I could get any trade value. And the guy at the record store said, who wants the Teenagers, he said, yeah, I'll give you some record trade in. And so right beside the cash register is all the new stuff that just came in recently. And he had a pristine copy of a soundtrack that I do have in my collection, but it is not pristine. The artwork isn't pristine and the vinyl isn't pristine, but this is. And I said, would you mind trading those 2 records for that? And he said, absolutely. And so I said, absolutely. So anyway, friends, this is no shocker that you won't be surprised that I picked this up. Anyway, it's Rocky, the soundtrack. So I did have this on vinyl, but it wasn't in great shape. This is, everything about this is perfect. And so thankful to have this one on vinyl in great shape. And I traded in 2 records for that. Those records cost me $5. Those 3, probably keep it in the collection. The Teenagers, we'll see. And that one I got all from this yard sale. The rest of the stuff was really destroyed, which was really sad because there's some good stuff in there. Anyway, friends, that's what I picked up music-wise lately. Let me know if you've listened to any of this stuff, what you think about any of this stuff, and let me know what you're finding music-wise in your yard sales and your thrifting trips. So anyway, friends, thank you so much for checking out this video. Really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.